had a really interesting interview the other day, doing a podcast interview for a good buddy of mine, Dan Kennedy. And he and I were talking, and he brought up the question about, in the title of my book, Uncopyable, How to Create an Unfair Advantage Over Your Competition. He brought up the question of the word unfair and kind of related it to the word monopoly. And, that a lot of people they hear those words and they kind of cringe and they say, hey, that's not right. You shouldn't be using stuff like that. You shouldn't be talking like that. Guess what? Yes, we should. See, here's the thing. Now let's start with the word monopoly. I went online and I looked to see what the definition is of monopoly according to Merriam-Webster dictionary. And here we go. We got it. It says like exclusive ownership, through legal privilege, command of supply, or concerted action. Exclusive possession or control. And also a commodity controlled by one party. Well, okay. See, now this is the common definition of monopoly, and because of that, it has kind of built up this negative connotation over the years. Because of course, there have been situations where there have been companies who had monopolies that it negatively affected people, negatively affected the business world, and while they might have gotten there legally, maybe, we don't know. The old AT&T Ma Bell monopoly that was broken up, examples like that. Is it really bad to be considered to be a monopoly? Let's look at unfair first, for example also. Unfair, okay, definition of unfair. Marked by injustice, partiality, or deception, not equitable in business dealings. I'm going to say phooey on both of these definitions. Phooey on both of them because they are extremely biased towards the negative side of the definition. See, here's the way I look at it: is that if I were to say to you, does Starbucks have a monopoly? See, in a sense, we could say Starbucks does have a monopoly. We could say Google has a monopoly. Amazon has a monopoly. There are lots and lots of examples. But you see, what about this? What about New York Yankees? Do they have a monopoly? In the traditional sense, we would say no, of course not. They don't have a monopoly. But the fact is they do have a monopoly in their marketplace, because they have, what I would say is a monopoly of the mind. A monopoly of the mind. And that's what we're talking about. When I talk about monopoly, or when I talk about an unfair advantage over the competition, what I'm saying is we have to look for a way to where we are the only possible solution. We're the only possible choice in the marketplace. That we are the only ones under consideration. That when the lightning bolt comes out of the sky and it hits one of our prospects or one of our customers in the head, and they think, oh, I have to find this particular product or this particular solution. The old question might have been, do they think of you first? Do they think of you second? Do they think of you at all? Our objective with creating a monopoly of the mind is that we are the only solution they think about. And that in their mind, they're saying, I don't want to choose anybody else. Even to the point where they say, I can't choose anybody else. Now, I don't want to do it in a negative way. It's very easy for me to say American Airlines has a monopoly of my mind because I cannot leave because of their frequent prisoner program. I've got over 6 million miles in their frequent prisoner program, and so I have to stay with them. That's a monopoly of mine. Does that give them an unfair advantage? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Is it illegal? No, No, it's not illegal. No, it's none of these things that are defined in here of unfair and monopoly. They have a monopoly based on something that I don't want to lose. Okay? Now, they are an example of bad juju, right? With the marketplace. We want to create an attachment. Remember? Attachment. That's the magic word in my book. We want to create an attachment that people have with us, and they are happy to have that with us. Now, yes, you want to make it in such a way that they feel like, oh, you know what, they can't choose anybody else because they're going to lose something. You know, what are they going to lose? They're going to lose a membership in a club. They're going to lose a particular type of benefit, of value that you're delivering to them. They're going to lose. Maybe you're doing something very, very specific that helps them be more successful. It's never a price-based thing. It's always a mental monopoly. You know, which in the bottom line is that you want to create a situation to where they want to do business with you. They won't even consider doing business with anybody else, and so therefore you have an unfair advantage. You have a monopoly in their mind. Now go back, look at your business, ask yourself: do you have a monopoly of your customers' minds? Do you have that unfair advantage? If not, then you're vulnerable. Hey, this is Steve Miller, better known as Kelly's dad and marketing gunslinger. Thanks for watching this week's Uncopyable Business video. I'll be back again next week with another one. In the meantime, always remember, be uncopyable. See ya.